Om Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada. Om Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Eva Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Hari Om. So far in the last classes, we have seen body, mind, intellect. Our body, mind, and intellect. This is what we say I. That I is also energized by something called Chetana Shakti, the consciousness. Now, this body, mind, intellect is physical, insensate, but when you that cannot work, that has no life. How you get your life, how you get a consciousness is only through the Chetana Shakti, the consciousness, which you call Chaitanya. In the picture that I shared, you can see the B for body, M for mind, I for consciousness, intellect. That gives rise to the function of that is perceiver, feeler, or thinker, and then it perceives the objects, it feels the emotions, and thinks as thoughts. These are all in the physical domain. Not absolute physical, it is also emotional, intellectual, but it is all insentient. It has no life. The life force comes from something called that Omkar that is there. See, you can see the sun shining there, and that Omkar. That is the supreme consciousness. And in that supreme consciousness, the supreme reality, what we discussed last time, this is the principle in whose mere presence the body perceives, the mind feels, and the intellect thinks. Without that supreme consciousness, the Omkara, body cannot perceive, mind cannot feel, and the intellect cannot think. This supreme consciousness, in our philosophy and tradition and parampara, we call it Brahman or Om or Atma or Bhagavan, just like that. We have seen some level of discussion that we did on this supreme consciousness. It is like the energy, like the electricity runs in the fans and the lights and the fridge and the heaters. Same way, that supreme consciousness is invisible, but it runs through everything else, BMI, body, mind, intellect, and it makes it work. Like the electrical energy makes the fan work, same way that supreme consciousness makes the body work, mind work, and intellect work. This supreme consciousness is also called awareness. Makes us know. It's a knowledge. That consciousness, that Omkara, which we call Brahman, it is one only, but it appears as many. See, I'm repeating what we did last time, see, so that we get it right inside us, we understand. So that divine principle is one Om, but it appears as many. How? Because that in each and every jiva, individual, sentient being, that consciousness is there. So that consciousness is here in my body. So I am alive, you are alive, he is alive, she is alive, all of us are there. So all humans, animals, birds, plants, all are enlivened by this one principle which enables them to gain experience. They become perceiver, feeler, thinker. So any individual for that matter is a combination of both. The body, mind, intellect is the physical, emotional, and intellectual equipment or assembly of equipments, and also the life principle, that is the consciousness. Both have to be there for you to be alive. So actually, it is a wedding of both body, mind, intellect, and consciousness. When you are existing here, but also the presence of consciousness is in you. You have the body, you have the mind, and you have the intellect. All these things are there, but these are the assembly of things. These are insentient. There is no life in it. Only because of the presence of that life force, that awareness, that consciousness, we are alive. So each one of us is a combination of both. The matter, the body, the matter, and that is the prakriti or spirit. Spirit and matter, they are wedded together. That's why we have become one living entity. We can call it the wedding or combination of Purusa and Prakriti. So this pure self, the Purusa or the consciousness, cannot express itself. Like the electricity in the line, you cannot know if it is there or not unless the fan turns or the light is on. So it cannot express itself. And same way, the fan cannot rotate without electricity. So body cannot function without consciousness. If both are wedded, they are married, but they are also made for each other. Okay. Then I told you this pure consciousness is also the substratum on base on which everything else is there. Because that is there, everything else is built on that. It's a changeless substratum. There is no change because consciousness, there is no change. It doesn't become more or less. It goes here and there. It's not like that. It's spread everywhere. It's called all pervading. And it's called the substratum. Substratum means the base. And then this consciousness is also, we call it, it has got some attributes. What are the attributes? Main thing is Sat, Chit, Ananda. What you are describing now? That Omkara, what are given there? Om, that is the supreme consciousness. That only we are describing. That itself is Sat, Chit, Ananda. Sat is the existence. Chit is the consciousness or awareness or knowledge. Ananda is the bliss. So, Sat is like a pure existence. It's like a mud. You make same mud, you can make many types of pots. For same gold, you can make many ornaments. You take a biscuit of gold, pure gold, then you can make a bangle or a necklace or a chudi, whatever you can make. So that bangle is different form, different name of the same gold. Understood? Only name and form has changed, but original is gold. Same way, consciousness is one. It is expressed as many, and the many have become different names and forms. So same consciousness with a different name and form is Avinash. Same consciousness with a different name and form is Samina or Mahesh. So this is because that consciousness is existing everywhere with a different name and form. Then consciousness has another attribute called Chit. Chit means knowledge, awareness, consciousness. You are aware. You are aware that you are here. You are aware that there is a book. The book can exist. But how will you know it? By your knowledge, your awareness. That awareness itself is consciousness. If you are not aware, the book is not there. And that awareness, it exists in all three states of experience. You can be in the waking state, you can be dreaming, you can be deep sleep, anytime. That chit or consciousness or awareness is there. Even if in deep sleep you don't know what is happening, but still it is there. Otherwise you will be dead. You are unconscious. Third, this is called chit. Third thing is the Satchit Ananda. Ananda means what? Ananda. It's bliss, happiness. That's a swarupa. The nature of that consciousness is Ananda. It's full of joy. It's complete, Purnam. So this is what is Ananda. Now, normally we think that we get Ananda or we are happy if we acquire some object. If I buy some sweets, it gives me happiness. But does this sweet give me happiness? Or if I buy a car, does the car give me happiness? See, if you think that your happiness is in the object, see, object can give you short time for a particular period of time. It can give you happiness, but afterwards you will become again back to normal. But the locus of happiness is not the object. Object is not emanating any happiness or sadness for you. It is in you only. You are happy or you are sad. It's all on you, in you. How is it? If it is, suppose, same object, you can get different emotions and different persons will have different emotions. Suppose some people will become very happy with the bottle, but some people will be not interested. So happiness where? Is it in their bottle? It is in you. You are happy because you have a desire or notion of happiness in that bottle. Isn't it? So happiness is not in the bottle. If you are a spiritual person, you are a teetotaler, you will look at it and go away. So different people will have different thinking of happiness from the same object. Then same object also for one person can give happiness. Sometimes it can give you happiness, sometimes it may not give you happiness. Different appeal at different period of time. Suppose you are enjoying a gulab jamun. You are very happy. One gulab jamun, two gulab jamun. But if you eat 1 dozen gulab jamuns, will you be happy? Rather, it will make you sad. It will make you suffer. So, if there is a happiness in that gulab jamun, it can make you happy all the time. Why it is not making? Because the happiness is in you, not in the gulab jamun. So you find happiness. You don't have to search outside. You look inside. Need to recognize that my nature itself is the happiness. My nature, my Swarupa is Ananda. That when the body, mind, intellect, I've got the body, mind, and intellect. So the body can perceive the changes like heat and cold. The mind can perceive happiness or sorrow. And intellect can conceptualize judgments of the intellect like right, wrong, all that it can do. So this is the base for our objects, emotions, thoughts. So we call it BMI, PFT, and OET. So all the things we have little control. That experiences that we have in terms of perceiving or feeling or thinking, this is the response to what we get from the objects. But actually, it is from us only. Now, same object does not give between your body, mind, intellect equipment and the consciousness that we saw home. You saw one V, big V. That V stands for Vasana. Vasana means impressions. This is the new topic that we are covering today. Now, do you see the world as it is? Do you see the world in the original form, or you feel something else? We never experience the outer world as it is. It is always tinted. What I see the world, a flower or a tree, anything. What I see and what I perceive is not the same as what Arti perceives. It's always tinted. It's tinted as per our mind and intellect. How? Because suppose the world is there. You put on a blue glass, tinted glass, ekdam kala chashma, blue glass. Okay. Then you look at the world, the color will be different because your eyes are covered with a tinted glass. You can make it blue, you can make it red, you can make it black, whatever you want to make, you can make it. So, what you are wearing, your color of the world is changing. Same way, you are also wearing something in between that consciousness and the body, mind, intellect equipment. There is something called V or Vasana. So, what determines the quality and texture of the world that you see is depending on that Vasana. The Vasana is the veil that is put in front of you that changes the color of the world. It's like that tinted glass that we use. Vasana is always there. We are not under control. Glass you can take out anytime or replace. But these vasanas you cannot change. Changing is very, very difficult. So this factor is called vasana. Vasana means impressions, or that impressions which is left in our mind. Vasanas are impressions which is left in our mind from different actions of ours from the previous times. So let us see what is vasana. Again, I will show you that vasana. Yeah, that is very, very important. This V for vasana is very important. That is making us see the world through a tinted glass. This tinted glass is the V. See, we are the pure self. That supreme consciousness, we are pure. But that purity is not reflected in the body, mind, intellect. But it is tainted by these impressions of asanas. Okay. Now this intellect, now let's go. Okay. So the world that we see or perceive or feel, think, it is done through our senses. The mind, I mean, how do you know there is a flower in front of me? How do you know? Because my eyes see that flower and it says that the flower is there. This is the color, this is the texture, this is the petals, all that description you see with your eyes. Now the eyes, or you can also have a touch, you can have a, you can hear, or you can smell or taste. These are called sense organs. These sense organs are called organs of perception. Ears, eyes, nose, tongue, skin, these are all organs of perception. Okay, they bring in the, when I look outside, or when I smell something, or when I hear something, that they carry that stimuli from outside to the mind. And then in the mind takes a decision and mind checks up the input, what data is coming. It is what is that? The mind knows that it's a flower because in previously it has seen flower is there, the data is there in the intellect. It compares and knows that this is a flower. Now, to see the right thing as it is, you have to have the right data also. Because the mind will compare with what data it has already stored in the intellect. Understand now? Unless the mind has seen, unless I have seen a flower before, how can I know this is a rose flower? Unless I have seen it before. So that the information is there already stored in my mind. Then I compare, this is the red rose. Otherwise, I'll tell any flower. Okay. So often what happens, whatever we see, touch, feel, that information, that impression is distorted. Is distorted because of that confused, because of the confused, unsteady, disintegrated mind. So if that is, I am confused, then my input into the mind will be confused based on the misrepresented data. So this misrepresentation takes place because of my previous impressions in the mind. Whatever impressions are there, the vasanas are there in mind, all of us have got different impressions. That impression creates a veil, parda, between the pure self and the body, mind, intellect. It is like if you put a screen, the glass I told you, like glass, tinted glass. Same way, if you put a veil or a parda, you will see something different. So that is called vasana or impressions. Vasanas are the impressions left in our mind when we act with selfish interests, selfish motive. That imprint is left in the mind. And that imprint is created not only today or yesterday, over the years, over the lifetime also. Some vasanas are also carried in the different lifetimes. Vasanas are like grooves in the record, gramophone records we have, like that in that grooves. So that in that groove, some music is imprinted there. So when the stylus moves, so you get the music. Good music, say very, very lovely music comes, depending on the data. Presently, you can tell that in the pen drive also, you have already stored the data inside. Impressions are already there. So when you put in the computer, then you get the information. In modern terms, we can call it is in our unconscious mind. The data is in our unconscious mind. I don't know what vasana I have, but it is there in me. So that unconscious mass of tendencies, inclinations, urges that I have, that is stored in me. And this is composed of the impressions that is there. That makes me look at things differently. It is other than the real. The pure self, pure consciousness is one for everybody. But because of those vasanas, the impressions, we perceive it differently, each and everything, depending on our individual impressions, individual vasanas. Each individual has got different levels of vasanas. So as I told you, it's the impressions. It is a subconscious mind, the impressions. For example, if you are somebody is a alcoholic person, okay, he sees a bottle of alcohol there. So if he passes by, he'll be attracted towards it. He'll pick up the bottle. But you are a teetotaler. If you pass by that place, then you will go away from there. Then you will not look at it also. So that person has got a vasana of drinks. You don't have the vasana of drinks. The vasana is where? In your mind or in your subconscious mind or unconscious mind. Same way, a person can have a vasana of some music. People say, no, he's a musical person. How is? Because there is inside already. And if there is a concert, then he'll go there, or you'll have you'll go to the teacher who will teach him music or instruments or everything connected with the music. He'll be very excited. Or a person who is a singer, also he'll do like that. Whatever is your vasana inside you will make you do that. So how does this, if I say, when I say vasanas are in the unconscious mind and they are picked up from the actions in the past and stored in the unconscious mind. Whose unconscious mind? The jiva. Jiva means what? This body, mind, intellect, that assembly is there, and consciousness is also there, and that is the jiva, that is the moving. So, how do these vasanas express themselves in the person? How does it come out from the unconscious mind, from the past? How does it march into the present for expression? That means if I have some vasana, all of a sudden, how do I get the urge to fulfill that? How does it happen? See, it is like it is stored in the background. A blip comes to the mind, some triggers, and you have a thought. Suppose your son is in USA. Somewhere, just you are sitting here, you will think, hey, what you will be doing now? The thought will come because you have a putra vasana. You are thinking of him. The desire is there, the vasana is there. So you will think of him. Otherwise, how the thought comes all of a sudden? Same way, any vasana that you have, that with that spark of thought in your mind, in the intellect, that comes, and that spark gives rise to vasana, means desires. The thought agitates the mind. The thought, one thought comes, see, so always the mind is full of thoughts. You get another thought, but that thought is overpowering the existing thought, and it agitates the mind. How to talk to my son, how to say him in a video call. Your mind will be agitated. So that agitation of the mind disturbs the normal thought flow. It takes over the other thought flow. It suppresses and takes over that thought flow. And then it tries to achieve the desire that is having. The desire is to communicate or have a video call with my son in USA. This is what it is. Then what happens? Once you have the thought, then the mind will tell that let us take the action. Then we have these 5 organs of action. Hate, pav, speech, all that 5 organs of actions are there. So mind tells action, the organs of action, you do this. It informs the body to act. So that body acts. You tell the phone, you take a WhatsApp call and the video call, and you see your son there sitting in USA. So the action is happening because you had a vasana in the mind or impression in the mind that gave rise to a thought. Thought gave rise to told the mind to take action, and the action is manifesting. Your unmanifest, unexpressed vasana is expressing as a action of seeing your son on a video. So this is how the vasanas from the unconscious mind march forward to express themselves. Vasana, this word, you must have heard. Vasana means actually, in Sanskrit, it means fragrance, isn't it? कोई फूल का है, कोई अत्तर का है, perfume ka, fragrance. So we say it vasana. It's actually a fragrance. So fragrance, each of us have got that fragrance. Each of us. That fragrance is unmanifested. That fragrance is the unmanifested tendency, that is the vasana. This is peculiar to each of us. No 2 persons' vasana will be the same. But similar vasana people get together. So that vasana is also a personality. Defined, our personality is defined by our vasanas. So that individual personality is nothing but expression of his own vasanas, manifested form of his own vasanas. Asanas or urges or impressions, this is what it is. So different individuals have got different vasanas. Okay. So far clear, Avinash? So we have no control over this. When one vasana will come out from the buried past to the present, we don't know. We don't know also what vasanas are there in us. First of all, we don't know. Then what vasana will come up, to express or manifest, we also don't know. But the moment it comes out, either we fulfill the desire, it takes the form of desire. So whether we fulfill the desire or we suppress the desire. So that vasana takes the form of thought, thought takes the form of desire, desire is converted to action. So you do some action. Action is karma. And as I told you earlier, karma can be, normally karma is selfish karma. We work for ourselves, for selfish actions. The moment you do some actions like this, that creates some more vasana. You'll fulfill your desires, yes, but also you'll get some more vasanas created. That will be added to your previous bundle of vasana that you have. But if you do some action which is selfless, which is not for your personal benefit, selfless action does not create any vasanas. Like Gurudev, he created the ashrams. He did not say that this is my ashram, I will live here 100 years. No, this let everybody use it. So selfless action does not create any vasanas. So these vasanas are prime movers. Prime movers means the main force behind our thoughts, desires, and actions. Okay. So these thoughts is leading to expression and actions that create more vasanas. These vasanas are also, there's some classification of vasanas as per our shastras. Some vasanas are loka vasana, social urges. There are three types. One is loka vasana, one is deha vasana, one is shastra vasana. There are three types of vasana. Loka vasana means social urges. See, you have that follows a pattern of our times that we have the desire for name and fame, desire for honor, respect, power, position. All that pertains to the world. This is called loka vasana. Loka means world. Okay. Same way, you have got this deha vasana. Everybody tries to, keep its body fit, will make up, I should look good, I should have this much mustache, or I'll have this color of hair, or put on a dress like this. All this is for the purpose of yourself looking more presentable to the world. The body should be attractive. And there is always a desire to remove the defects in the body. The deha, the body should be perfect. We always try to maintain that. That is called deha vasana. Another is shastra vasana. Shastra vasana means that leads to studies of scriptures or books or any type of knowledge that you acquire is shastra. It can be spiritual knowledge, it can be also worldly knowledge. The thirst for knowledge, the desire to become a knowledgeable person or a professor or a teacher or you enter into discussion with others, sastrartha, etc. All these are the desire. One becomes a very renowned speaker, so that's a desire. So these are called Shastra Vasanas. So as I told you, these Vasanas build your personality. A man's personality, individual personality is defined by the Vasanas. Okay. Each individual, because of his Vasanas, he has the desires, he has the thoughts, he has the actions, and one type of actions he will do. So he will be defined in the society as this person is very noble, or this person is a crooked person. All this type of divisions will be there. Personality will be defined depending on his vasanas. So this is for the individual. Same way, the community or the society also have, they develop also vasanas. They have vasanas, they develop, express that vasana. It's a combined. They combine. It can be the society level, it can be the nation level or world level. That the community, whatever they want. Like some areas, people are more money minded. Some areas, people are more spiritual minded. Some people are more dharmic. Some people are more adharmic, whatever. There are so many different types of people are there. The whole community is like that. Whole region or the country is like that. So scriptures declare that like the individual vasanas create the individual personality, same way the total vasanas of a community or a country defines the personality of the country. That's why you will find different way of looking at same problem. The perspectives are different for the Western world and the Eastern world. Like present day, whatever is going on with Trump trade war, see, they're all materialistic. How America can make more money? How can it become more wealthy, prosperous? Never thinking about us. There is no relationship. There is no forward looking to build a relationship between two countries. No, relationship is different. Money is more important. Material is more important. Whereas in India, we are a, uh, we are a culture. We are not born in 1 year or 100 years. We are thousands of years, and we have a culture. We have a Vasudevaka Kutumbakam. We consider whole world as a family. So we have that country's vasanas or country's culture, country's personality is different. We reach out to people who are um, needy, but we don't extract or we don't trade with them with the purpose of fleecing them. So that is the vasana of the country or the community. This will not change overnight. So the country or the community has got the combined vasana. And what the scriptures say is that individual perception, individual perfection can lead to world perfection. If one individual has got a noble vasana, when combined together, the whole community or the country can have the noble vasana. Okay. So next topic is comes how you know these vasanas and how you purify your mind or how will you take out the vasanas, because vasanas are not good. So best thing is you purify your mind. Purification of mind is through karma yoga. You become a different methods are there. How you can move towards the nobler, higher goals, and your mind will be, the vasanas will be purified through that. then you can do appropriate actions for that. The actions, as I told you, actions remove the vasanas. So to remove the vasanas, that further additional vasana will not come. What type of action I'll do that additional vasanas will not come, that will reduce the vasanas. When the vasanas end, then all your problems also end. Okay, vasana means impressions. When the impressions are not there, you are pure, you are a supreme consciousness yourself. Okay. So we'll pause here today, completing with vasanas. Next time we'll see what is beyond these vasanas, beyond this body, mind, intellect, what we can do. Everything will be combined together and it will be discussed about ourselves, how we can better our living. In this, we conclude the class today. Thank you.